You're sitting there right now, thinking about that special someone in your life, wondering why something feels off. Deep down, you already know the truth, but you've been pushing it away. Let me tell you something that's going to change your perspective forever. 95% of people who are being used in relationships don't realize it until it's too late. And you know what? Tonight we're going to make sure you're not one of them. Listen, let me paint this picture for you. Remember that time when you were giving everything you had? Your time, your love, your energy, and still felt empty inside? That's not love, family. That's someone treating you like an ATM machine for their emotional and physical needs. And it's time to wake up and see the signs that have been staring you in the face all along. The first painful sign that someone's using you and not loving you is when they only show up when they need something. Think about it. They're like a disappearing act, vanishing into thin air until their world starts crumbling down. Then suddenly, your phone lights up with their name, and they've got this emergency that only you can help with. They know exactly what to say, how to make you feel special, needed, and important. But here's the real truth that's going to hit hard. Genuine love doesn't come with a price tag or conditions. When someone truly loves you, they're there for the mundane Monday mornings, just as much as they're there for the Friday night celebrations. They don't treat your presence like a convenience store, open 24/7 for their needs, but forgotten about when everything's going smooth in their life. The second painful sign hits even closer to home. They never make concrete plans for the future with you. Now, I'm not talking about marriage proposals or buying a house together right off the bat. I'm talking about those simple future commitments that show someone sees you in their tomorrow. When you try to plan something a few weeks ahead, they always have this vague, non-committal response that leaves you hanging in uncertainty. Watch how they dodge making real plans like a boxer dodging punches in the ring. We'll see. Maybe wait, let's play it by play. These become their favorite phrases. Meanwhile, you're sitting there watching them make solid plans with everyone else in their life. That's not love. That's someone keeping their options open while using you as their backup plan. They're treating your time like it's disposable, and your feelings like they're optional. The third sign that's going to open your eyes is when they only invest in the relationship on their terms. Every decision, every plan, every moment spent together follows their schedule, their preferences, their convenience. You find yourself constantly adjusting your life to fit into their world, while they never seem to make the same effort for you. It's like dancing with someone who's always leading but never follows. Look at how they handle compromises, or rather, how they don't. When was the last time they actually sacrificed something they wanted to make you happy? Real love is about meeting in the middle, about sometimes putting the other person's needs before your own. But with someone who's using you, it's always their way or the highway. They've got you so wrapped up in their world that you've forgotten what it feels like to have your own needs met. The fourth sign that's going to shake you to your core is how they handle your success and growth. When good things happen in your life, their response is lukewarm at best or worse. They find ways to diminish your achievements. They're like a rain cloud showing up at your personal parade, always ready to pour down on your moments of sunshine. Instead of celebrating your wins, they're quick to remind you of your past failures or point out potential problems. This behavior goes deeper than just being unsupportive. It's a calculated move to keep you dependent on them. They know that if you grow too confident, too successful, you might just realize your true worth. And that's their biggest fear. They mask their manipulation with phrases like, "I'm just being realistic," or "I don't want you to get hurt." But what they're really saying is, "I don't want you to outgrow me." The fifth sign is something that might be happening right under your nose. They're experts at emotional manipulation. When you try to express your feelings or concerns, they turn the table so fast it makes your head spin. Suddenly, you're the one apologizing for bringing up their behavior, and they're playing the victim card like it's their trump card in a high-stakes game. This isn't love. This is emotional blackmail dressed up in relationship clothing. Watch how they manage to make every disagreement about them and their feelings. You start a conversation about how their actions hurt you, and somehow, by the end of it, you're consoling them about their difficult childhood or stressful job. They've mastered the art of deflection so well that you don't even realize you're being played like a fiddle. Your valid concerns get buried under an avalanche of their drama and your emotional needs. They're left out in the cold. The sixth sign cuts deep into the heart of any relationship. They're inconsistent with their affection, treating your emotions like a light switch they can flip on and off at will. One day they're showering you with attention, making you feel like you're the center of their universe. The next day, it's like you're a stranger they barely acknowledge. This emotional roller coaster isn't a thrill ride. It's a manipulation tactic designed to keep you off balance. You've probably noticed how their affection seems to peak when they want something from you, then plummets once they've got it. It's like watching a performance where they know all the right lines to say, all the perfect moves to make, but there's no genuine emotion behind it. Real love is consistent. It doesn't play hide and seek with your heart, or treat your feelings like they're seasonal decorations to be brought out only when convenient. The seventh sign is their selective memory when it comes to your relationship. They conveniently forget their promises, your boundaries, and the times they've hurt you. But they never forget when you've fallen short of their expectations. They keep a mental scorecard of your mistakes, while erasing their own from history. This selective amnesia isn't accidental. It's a calculated strategy to maintain control and keep you questioning your own judgment. Notice how they can recall every little mistake you've made, every time you've disappointed them. But when you bring up their broken promises or hurtful actions, they claim they don't remember or tell you you're being too sensitive. This gaslighting technique is their way of rewriting your shared history, making you doubt your own memories and feelings. They're not just using your present, they're manipulating your past to control your future. The eighth and most devastating sign reveals itself in how they react when you start setting boundaries. When you finally gather the courage to stand up for yourself, to say no to their demands, watch how quickly their true colors bleed through. Their reaction to your boundaries is like a thermometer for their real feelings. And what you're seeing isn't the warmth of love, it's the cold calculation of someone who's been exposed. Consider how they respond when you're no longer available at their beck and call. Do they respect your decisions, or do they try to guilt trip you back into compliance? Real love strengthens when boundaries are set. It doesn't crumble. But someone who's been using you, they see boundaries as threats to their control, and their response can range from subtle manipulation to outright hostility. They'll try everything to make you feel guilty for taking care of yourself. Now let me tell you something that's going to change your life forever. These signs we've talked about, they're not just red flags. They're emergency flares lighting up the sky of your relationship. You might be sitting there right now, recognizing these patterns and feeling your heart sink. But here's the truth that's going to set you free. Recognizing these signs isn't the end. It's your beginning. It's your wake-up call to reclaim your worth. Remember this. You weren't put on this earth to be somebody's backup plan, their emotional ATM, or their part-time priority. You deserve someone who sees your value not as something to exploit, but as something to cherish. Someone who matches your energy, respects your boundaries, and celebrates your growth. Don't let anyone dim your light just because it makes them uncomfortable with their own darkness. Listen, if you're recognizing these signs in your relationship right now, I want you to know something powerful. This moment of realization is your turning point. You've already taken the first step by being honest with yourself. The truth might feel like a bitter pill to swallow, but it's also your medicine for healing. You're stronger than you think, and more capable than you know. Don't let another day go by accepting less than you deserve. Your future self is looking back at this moment right now, thankful that you chose to wake up and see the truth. Whether you decide to address these issues or walk away, remember, you're not alone on this journey. Thousands of others are walking the same path, seeking the same answers, fighting the same battles. And speaking of not being alone, if this message hit home, if it opened your eyes or confirmed what you've been feeling deep down, then you're exactly where you need to be. This channel is your sanctuary, your place of truth, where we don't just talk about relationships, we transform them. We're building a community of strong, aware individuals who refuse to settle for anything less than genuine love and respect. So here's what I want you to do right now. Hit that subscribe button like your future happiness depends on it, because in many ways, it does. Ring that notification bell so you never miss another truth bomb that could change your life. And most importantly, share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. Sometimes the greatest act of love is helping someone else recognize their worth.